Hello. My name is Orion. Welcome to the first part of my game. Shit. This is crazy. This is wild. Um, Basically, I started this last year in October. In the thick of my game development fundamentals class, and so I remember it specifically. It was Halloween night. I don't know what my mood was, but I just was not feeling festive. Halloween is my favorite holiday, but I guess I didn't have candy. I didn't dress up or anything, so it was probably just a bummer. So, you know, I was trying to solve this one small slight problem, which is these doors not opening, and just in general game design issues. Like, for example, uh to tell you the amount of work it took to get this character to like actually like follow the mouse cursor and move around, and get this, he fucking moves. I don't know why he's not moving now. Interesting. There, now it is. Now he's moving. I think it has something to do with this animation. Of course, um technically both these doors are supposed to open, but really if only one opens up, it's not the end of the world, right? So all I need to do at this point is basically just set this to not loop, and I can show you some of the like sprites. I don't really have a lot of sprites to tell you. Uh like you can see up here in this top right corner, that is all I built for this little section up here. It's this giant ass rooftop. I was planning on making a sprite that is just a fence, so that way it would kind of block off the player from going, kind of like going around. But I also think that this is okay. Slight problem: you can actually like leave this area, and you can actually. Let me just show you. Like if you go down here, there's just empty void, but that's okay. I'm gonna fix that easy. I can just add like a hitbox sooner up there. Like I said, the fence, right? And you can see the character, although the character actually has animations. If I go down here, uh, there's a gun animation, and then there's a walking animation. And I thought the walking animation would look great. I don't know if it looks great yet because again, I'm just trying to get actual gameplay in before I focus on animations. And it just so happens that the doors animation, which is the core idea of here, is just it just happened to, I don't know, be a little fucky, kind of a little broken, but it's okay. Like this, I'm pretty sure if I just turn off loop time for both of these, it should just be perfectly fine. I also know that it removes the key, but because I want to have an inventory system, I think having a catalog of every key in the game would be pretty useful. So it's probably not going to remove the key, so you can actually open up this other door, which you can't see it right now, but if I drag this, if I drag Visual Studio over, you should be able to see it. The code for this, and essentially, when you actually no here, what I would do is just make it so you pick up two keys instead of one. So you would do this, and then so you'd have two keys. And this may not work, right? But I'm just basically trying to see what the easiest way to do this is, because the only what other way that I could think to fix this is to start involving coroutines. And I don't know if you know this, but when you're writing a script, coroutines are probably, as a beginner, one of the worst things to have to like remake your script to do. So I'm not going to do that. Even though I think coroutines is actually probably a more efficient way to get a lot of this done, I don't really know how to make coroutines like at all. So let's see it. So I pick up this. I should have two keys, so I could like grab that and grab that. Easy. You can open up both doors right now, which you didn't actually need to be able to do, but that's okay, right? That's cool. And as you can see, the player is actually remaining still. Now, picking up this gun, I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably not gonna have you pick up a gun here anymore. It's probably gonna be a knife. I have an IRL friend that I'm not paying to do sprite work for me, and I don't really care whenever the sprites are done. But I'm hoping that it is within a time frame that I could actually work on more of the game without me having to make my own tile sets, which, as you can see, are spectacular. I mean, look at this. This is a beautiful art style, especially the titular main character here. So I think the only thing at this point that I have to worry about is mainly how these doors can be hidden. I think it's layer priority, isn't it? Yeah. I'm not sure though. I don't know how to make these. Oh, here it is. Isn't this information in here? Yeah. Order and layer. What is this one? Okay. If I set these to 2, or here, I'll set 1 to 2 and 1 to 0. What does that do? Oh, it's gone. Okay, so don't set it to 0. But if it's 2, I see. All right, so okay. What if I do, because now the door is hidden behind the back, or I guess the floor, right? So what if the problem is not the door needs to be on 2, it's that this needs to be on 2. And huzzah. There we go. And the doors both can open up. There you go. Now this is the introduction. Like I said, I need to, there's before this, there's gonna be a cutscene. In fact, this character is going to talk before you have control. And it's probably gonna say something, yada yada. I woke up here. I headache. I don't know where I am. And in general, it's just gonna be really confused. And there's gonna be fence around here, like I said, to close you off. And if you interact with it, I think I'm gonna have the guy say that there's like the character's drifting. You guys can just watch that, so you know that it exists. Um, but when you like look at the fence and you interact with it, it's gonna be like, oh shit, it looks like the entire city's burning down. What happened? And the guy's also going to say, huh, what's that? It looks like a giant sunflower. It seems to be blocking the sun. Something like that. Some badass shit, you know? But yeah. Let's look at some sprites. I actually don't know where my sprites are. So let me just. Now it's not as clean, but you can actually see photos. Ignore that Among Us. It's a screenshot from Arcane, but I replaced the characters with just Among Us characters. Okay, just ignore that. So here's closer what the character looks like and the kind of animations. I need to make sure that you know this, but I don't actually know how to animate. So if these animations look bad, that's why. And the way that I'm going to be having the guns kind of be animated is they're going to be underneath this character, right? So okay, basically the black is supposed to blend in with the black on the right, but in front. So this is technically. Okay, don't mind me. I just realized I'm gonna have to probably adjust um, the way that the animations work, but that's okay because what it would essentially be like is that this would be the top layer. This would be the middle layer, the gun stuff, and then the legs would be the bottom layer. That would also make animating a lot easier because instead of this frame by frame stuff, the pieces can actually move, and so that way there's this. I don't. There's kind of like in between layers, so that way the animation looks smoother without me needing to put in as much effort. But that's okay. Listen, learning how to do stuff like this is just part of the game design learning process. But I will say it ultimately does make animating a lot easier in the grand scheme. So I'm actually thankful that I spotted this so kind of like so early as I was trying to get into this again. This guy's angry. Where's the tile set? It's not here. Okay. here's the tile set. So this is the door and the wall and the roof stuff. I do actually think the roof stuff design looks pretty cool if I do go back into here. I don't know. I kind of like just I kind of like how it looks, but it's not really like if I was a player, I wouldn't be like, "Oh, this looks amazing. I can't believe the artwork this indie developer just put in to this silly rooftop," you know. But yeah, I mean, that's just like what's going on so far. I'm not really going to show off any scripts or stuff. Most of them I must say I did take a bit from other YouTubers, but that's okay. If you do want to know those sources, I can pin your comment if you ask, and then I can leave the sources in a reply or something. But whatever. I'll see you guys in the next one if I do have an update or whatever. But see ya.